podcast focused on trends shaping the future of manufacturing. I'm Alexandria Burek, your host, here with A.W. Schultz, two thought leaders with a passion for people and manufacturing. Today and every episode, we are diving deep into the advancements, sustainable practices, and dynamic changes transforming how we produce everything.
And now welcome Alexandria Burek and A.W. Schultz.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Factory of the Future. I'm here today with A.W. Schultz. I'm Alexandria Burek. And today we are going to be talking about robotic cat litter boxes. Yes, you heard me right. This was a big moment in my life. I finally, as a proud cat mom of two, bought a robotic cat litter box. And I was so excited and so impressed by the technology. I was telling AW as we were preparing for these episodes, and we found that it could be a really fun episode to highlight the evolution of manufacturing through the lens of a cat litter box, robotic cat litter box. So I'm truly excited about this episode. So I'm going to give you guys a little background on some of the cat litter box manufacturing and evolution. So the first one was prototyped in 1998 by Brad Baxter, who is a Wisconsin native. And for right now, so am I. So in the last 25 years, they have built a $180 million empire. Okay. So first he started by drawing this up. He got some prototypes put into place, and guys,
kitty litter boxes
for cat litter boxes. Yes.
$180 million.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's an empire.
Their business. No, thank you for doing that. And proud Wisconsin business, of course. So they have a facility in Juneau, Wisconsin, 225 square feet. This manufacturing plant, and each litter box that they manufacture is produced and assembled by hand by United States citizens of Wisconsin. So very exciting stuff. At first, it was very basic, just sifting. Now it's moved into this rotational sifting method, and it reduces litter waste by 90% compared to scooping by hand. And it's just really fascinating to see how this has transpired. It takes measurements, your cat's weight. It tells you if there's any potential health concerns. It is just absolutely wild. So AW, let's talk through how, the sifting method and the manufacturing of that transformed into this rotational, ecological, and economical savings for the consumer.
I guess I look at it, and Alexander had to share the photo of me, and it looks very high tech. And from a perspective of manufacturing, and I think you were going to share something how it's made, but if you look at it, it's got sensors. It's got that one. It probably recognizes when the cat's in the box.
Yep.
Is it by weight or by vision?
It is by weight, and also it has an infrared sensor.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So when you look at the industrial revolutions, we're talking about Industrial 3 and 4, where sensors and robotics and computer softwares were starting to get introduced. So it's grappling all that technology that's out there, and it's putting it into something that I don't have any cats, but that is meeting the supply and the demand of a consumer, being the cat person.
Yeah.
As you were talking, I did look up, like you said, $188 million industry. That's annual? Okay. And
I think so. Don't quote me on that.
I also have a figure, and I don't have this fact checked either, but the worldanimalfoundation.org lists that there are approximately 373 million pet cats in the world. I don't know how much that includes globally, but I assume that pet cats means that's where the supply is, that's where the demand is being reached upon.
Yes.
Just for those to be interested, I also did it for dogs, and they said 471 million, just as a comparisons on it. But it's, you know, it's certainly it's a 1 and 2, and I think there's a big distance. I don't know what the third animal would be. I guess I could look it up, but what Alexander also says is that it's more friendly for the environment. So it becomes more sustainable. So it's meaning that I tend to believe that if you're put in a situation, can you do good for the environment versus, and it doesn't take any more work, I think people are decided, let's just do the right thing versus not do anything. And, you know, this robotic cat litter box seems to meet the answers and create a pleasant, happy customer, which is good for any organization's family, spouse, co-workers out there.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, so if you're using 90% less litter than if you were hand scooping, number one, that's savings to the consumer, but it's also a significant savings on the entire supply chain. So it's less energy used to create litter bags, the transport of all those components that go into manufacturing litter, and then getting litter into the box stores and litter into the home. It's less waste going into the landfill, which I think is always a good thing. And it's healthy for the cat. So for the cat owners out there who know this, a lot of times you're trying to clean the cat's litter box by hand at minimum once a day. Some people are doing it twice a day and 3 times a day. So if you can take that off of your plate and take that 5-minute icky behavior out and put that towards cuddling with your cat, that's a win for me. I also like it because when I'm traveling, I can check in and see on the app how many times my cats are using the bathroom and get a sense for, are they okay? Or, you know, do I need to send somebody over there? Going back to this smart cat litter box sector, it literally hit 1 billion in 2025. 1 billion. And it targets that busy millennials and health conscious owners are the primary
Makes sense.
clients. So they talk a little bit about the AI and automation in products, which is something we're very interested in. I mentioned that the cat litter boxes have infrared sensors to auto-activate the cleaning. So on my personal cat litter box, I can set it to clean immediately, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes after the cat goes. So that way it doesn't like scare them away or whatever. And it you know, that's sort of what I think is really interesting. Do you know how infrared works? Because like I really don't. Is it heat sensing?
Well, an infrared, it's called an IR, infrared sensor, which detects invisible IR radiation from applications like motion or blocking signals. There's essentially 2 types of them. There's the passive IR, which is common, but also the active IR, which detects interruptions, reflections. I mean, you'll see it commonly in alarms, remotes, and security.
Okay, so that's how infrared works. That's very interesting. I mean, I really couldn't believe that these were invented in Wisconsin. That's just insane to me. That's wild and very cool. AW, what do you think? Well, this could be also driving the workforce needs if this is the type of skilled manufacturing. You know, one of the bits I found is that each of these for this particular brand are hand tested for sound. They're low decibel for the pet and for the human. So each individual box is hand tested before it's shipped to consumer. So you think about what goes into that. They're handcrafting these litter boxes. The market continues to grow. The demand continues to grow. I sincerely believe that in the future, the cost of these things is going to go down and nobody is going to have a normal pan litter box in the next 15 years. I think everybody is going to be transferred over to these advanced cat litter boxes. So, you know, that could be driving it too. And it makes me happy also to know that the litter boxes we're buying are supporting United States workers because people need jobs.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting though that we talk about industrial revolutions and how that technology just drips over to the consumers in different ways. I mean, how easy is it now to buy smart bulbs or different sensors throughout your house you can use, and using your smartphone, program it to do whatever you want, turn on, turn off.
Robot vacuums.
It's pretty, we just an advancement of that has gone pretty crazy because we have two in our house right now, and it's one just bumps into stuff. That's how it triggers, and the other one actually sees stuff through the infrared.
That's cool.
It is cool. And I sometimes, I don't like to be what's the term? The early adapter, because I like to give it a chance to, work out the bugs, but I certainly am open to making my life more convenient.
I absolutely am. I was thinking about that the same. I'm probably somewhere in the middle. With the robot vacuum, I've had that since probably 2021, 2022. And with 4 pets, it's a non-negotiable. When it comes to this cat litter box, I was really, number one, I just didn't want to spend $300, $400 on a cat litter box. To me, that was just like, this is absolutely crazy. But after having now had it for a couple of days, I wish I would have done this 10 years ago, or as soon as I could have done this. It sincerely, I think, is so much better for my pets and for me.
Was it around 10 years ago?
Yeah. The first one was invented in 1998.
Yeah, you said 1998.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't know if there was a version like you have right now.
At the early versions, it was just a box with imagine like a rail system.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I've seen that.
It would go this way, where this is a cylinder. So, like a compost cylinder where you dump your stuff in and then you have to turn it. That's kind of how this cat litter box works.
That's what I was figuring, yeah.
There's this bottom section, that's where the sensor, it weighs it, tells you which cat is in the box, blah, blah, blah. And that's where the litter sits.
Wait, how does it know which cat's in the box?
Weight.
Oh, so you told it what weight they are.
I estimated my one cat who has a thyroid issue, she's at least 2 to 3 pounds lighter than my other cat. So it's a pretty significant difference that would be easily detectable. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the company that manufactures the cat box that I have, I think you could get a little chip for their collar. So then it knows specifically, if, for example, somebody had 2 cats that were about the same weight and it was undetectable, I think that chip would identify them, probably through RFID technology. So,
quick story. This happened yesterday. My son's at school, and he keeps on saying he wants a smartphone, but we keep on saying no. But we do have a tag on his book bag, and he was supposed to stay over for chess club, but we forgot to tell him that. So I call the school and I say, "Can you tell him he needs to stay over for today?" And it's a new school for us, but we weren't really sure. But I hope they tell him, because we're not coming to pick him up.
Yeah.
But anyway, Weiss comes running in and goes, "Look, he's standing in the front like he's waiting to get picked up." And we could see it. We could zoom in and see where he was.
Yeah.
And this uses the Bluetooth of other people's phones around it. And you could see the dimensions of the building and what it was. But we found out that they release him from the back. He has to come to the front and go through again for security reasons. And then a couple of minutes later, we saw that he was inside. But another example of just cool technology and conveniences of it. But yeah,
absolutely. I think I've seen a recent Instagram about air tagging your toddler as you're going through airports, in case something has ever happened. They have these little air tag disguises that looks like just stickers for the shoe, little buttons for the shoes and things. And I think in today's landscape, you kind of have to do that stuff with your kids, with your pets. And I mean, who knows, maybe they'll make a smart toddler bed eventually, or maybe they already have one. I was saying to my friend, I cleaned my friend's daughter's butt or whatever, changed her diaper. And the daughter's like, cold wipe. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, honey. And I'm like, why don't they make wipe heaters? They do. Apparently, you can buy like a thing that will warm the wipe up for your child. I'm definitely getting one of those for my kid. Of course, I'm not going to put a cold wipe on them if they don't like it. So, different smart technology that landed in the home, brought to you by innovative manufacturing practices. That's what I'm going to close out with.
Okay. And just a disclaimer, we are not paid sponsors.
But we want to be.
Satisfied customers.
But we want to be.
We want to
We want to be. Yeah. So we would love to have anybody who wants to talk about robotic cat litter box innovation on the show. And we would love to talk to anybody who is also just doing innovative technologies that land in the consumer's laps to make lives better, easier, faster. So thank you guys. Yeah. Thank you guys. And we're out of here like finished goods.
Like finished goods. Bye, everyone.
This is Factory of the Future, and we are out of here like finished goods. Stay tuned for our next episode of Factory of the Future, where we're exploring groundbreaking techniques and behaviors that are reshaping industrial landscapes. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review and help others discover the cutting-edge insights transforming manufacturing as we know it.